What's going on, ladies and gents? Dalibor here for T3G, and today we're doing something a little different. We like to mix things up here on T3G every once in a while, and I was inspired. Jonathan over at TLD recently did a video, I believe it was Best Tech Under, or Cool Tech Under 50, something like that. I can't recall right now, we'll put it right here. And he featured this guy, the Satechi aluminum headphone stand slash USB 3.0 hub. I was really interested in that for multiple reasons, primarily for the hub aspect on top of the all-in-one aspect. I like devices that are all-in-one, but while I was looking for this on Amazon, I did also find the Sharkk headphone stand, also slash USB 3.0 hub slash audio. Both have audio as well. So I wanted to kind of compare them because this one is about, I want to say at least $10 cheaper. I think this was about 35 bucks. This was like 22 or something. I really wanted to know the difference. I wanted the cheaper one, but then I said, you know what? I have an idea. I have a brilliant idea. Let's see if it works. And I wanted to compare the two. Now, two major differences here. This is not all aluminum. This is all aluminum. Top to bottom, this is an aluminum stand, aluminum base. Really nice. Really nice. It's sleek. I mean, if you are a modernist, this is the way to go as far as design. I do like this design as well. It's a white and I would say like a brushed gray, or a it's not silver. It's not really silver, but it's like a light gray color on the metal arm. So now the arm itself, the holder, the headphone stand. Yeah, the headphone stand portion is also aluminum. So if you're comparing apples to apples, as it were, these two pieces are essentially the same thing. Now, the back of them does feature the headphone cord holder, hanger, wrap, whatever, and they're different ones, black ones, clear. I mean, it's essentially the same thing. If I'm looking at it, I want to say it's exactly the same thing. But then the difference comes in the base. Now, in the base of the Sharkk, it's mostly plastic. It does have some aluminum in the middle, as well as this really nice polished silver reflective ring. It's really, I feel like it's really there just for design purposes. I want both of these to come out with another version where they include wireless charging for your cell phone. This, I feel, could be an amazing all-in-one, not necessarily portable device, but this could be, like back in the olden days, you would come home and you would hang your hat. Well, these days you come home and you hang your headphones. And you also need to charge your phone when you come home. So I feel like this is where you would do that. It's got the perfect base for it. If you've been to Starbucks recently, they've got those little round pods where you can charge your device wirelessly. And I feel like this would be the perfect kind of thing to integrate into this. This would probably bring it up above the $50 mark. I would not hesitate to buy either one of these above the $50 mark with wireless charging. I'm just saying, throwing that out there for Satechi or Sharkk if you guys are listening. As far as functionality, the headphone holder portion is the same. They both hold the headphones just about the same. The main difference is that the Satechi has the rubber kind of pad at the top, so that if you have, I mean, here's the thing. I would say if you had more of a slippery headphone, that would be helpful. But in reality, most of your headphones are going to have some sort of foam with a kind of a faux leather or some sort of fabric. But even that on this all aluminum doesn't really slide off. So I mean, it's a bonus, but it's not really a huge benefit. What I found very interesting, and by interesting I do mean odd, is that the actual USB 3.0 plug is an USB-A plug. So it's not like it's, A to B. This is an A to A plug. So it is the same plug that goes into your computer on one end is the same plug that plugs into either device. Now the nice thing is the Satechi comes with a black, really nice, matches the sleekness of it. The Sharkk comes with a white cable. It makes sense. I mean, it's a white and silver design, so you want to bring that kind of aesthetic to it. Silver cables, I imagine, are pricier, so they went with the white. Not a huge difference as far as USB functionality. I haven't seen any difference as far as speed. I've used both as a hub. I have plugged in other devices through them. No problems. Flash drive. I even tried headphones and a controller. Not a single issue. works perfectly. The main difference as far as usability comes into the audio pass-through. Now the Satechi has, I would say, the mobile style single plug that has your microphone and headphones passing through one plug, whereas the Sharkk has both the headphone and microphone separately. Where that comes into play for me specifically is the headset I want to use on my stealth rig is actually this Geotech review coming soon. Because it's extremely comfortable. Again, I'll go into details on that. But it has a single headphone jack, which has the microphone built in to that single jack. So with the Sharkk, which I tested first, I wasn't able to use the microphone on this, which it bummed me out. I'm not going to lie. I don't want to have to get any kind of adapter to use both and to kind of modify it. So the Satechi is actually going to end up living next to my stealth computer, where the Sharkk is actually going to find a different home, possibly with one of the other computers, or maybe even just as a charging station, maybe next to the TV or something like that. I haven't found the perfect space yet, but I'm about 70% done in here. I'll show you guys a walkthrough within that. I'm gonna put myself until mark by the end of May. So by the end of the giveaway here, you're gonna see a walkthrough of this office space. I've just got DVDs organized. You'll see. It's gonna be fun. I'm so excited. I'm almost there. Almost there. Back to what we're talking about. The one thing that I wish the Satechi had that the Sharkk does, which was really, really beneficial as far as switching devices. So if you have your headphones on and you want to switch to your speakers, normally you'd have to unplug your headphones. Well, if you have a device that unplugs, that is easier because then you just unplug that device. So let's say if you have an audio pass-through. On the back of this, right next to the power line, the USB line, you have a switch which actually shuts down the hub portion and the audio portion. So then technically you're unplugging this USB device, therefore the computer no longer sees it. So you set your headphones as your default and you power this off, it goes back to your speakers, which was your last default, and it's an easy swap that way. You turn this on and then it comes back to this. So if you do have some nice headphones like perhaps something like the Fatalities that I reviewed sometime back, check that out. Those would be a great pairing with the Sharkk because it has the headphone and microphone line separate, and that would work perfectly with this. And like I said, with that button, it's a really, really sweet setup. So that's the one thing I wish the Satechi had, is I wish that it had an off button, or at least an off button for the headphones in some way, because or the audio pass-through rather, because I really feel that that would be just icing on the cake. So the two things, if Satechi or Sharkk listen, and we do link these to them when we post on Facebook, so hopefully you guys watch this. If you wanted to really just icing on the cake, just really polish off these devices, either or, Sharkk switch to the single line audio, which I know could be like a copyright thing. Here's the thing, quick point of education, the more you know kind of thing. When you do designs, when you design products, they have to have a certain number of differences. I believe it's different per industry. Now, where I saw this in play was at a company I used to work for, which was a catalog company. They sold home decor, little statuary, stuff like that. And they would constantly, them and like the competitive, the top other three magazines that sold this stuff, which people do still buy for magazines, believe it or not. The other, they would all kind of steal from each other. So somebody would get, let's say, like a fairy statue, and the company I was working for would be like, oh, we're going to do this fairy statue, but we're going to like change the wings, we're going to put a different face on it, put different outfit on it. Now, if you kind of looked at them, basically the same thing, right? I'm looking at two things that are essentially the same thing, but there's differences as far as design, there's differences as far as functionality. So I don't know exactly how that works. Well, the point I was trying to get to that story is they had to have 7 design points of difference. So there had to be 7 specific visible differences that would invalidate any copyright or trademark claims. So I don't know if that's exactly how it works in technology, but obviously let's say the Sharkk is the off brand, it has to by law have something different than the Satechi, because let's say Satechi came first and they were like, all right, this is what we're going to do. Sharkk has to do things differently by law. So Or, you know, vice versa. Maybe the Sharkk came first, and Satechi was like, well, we don't really need the power button. We could do single audio, and, like, there it is. So now these two are two different devices made by two different companies, and, you know, I get to choose and have this video to show you guys the difference. But the overall point to that is that if either of you want to add wireless charging, and Satechi if you want to add that power button, or Sharkk if you want to switch that single audio, I would happily buy either of these devices above $50 with the wireless charging and that power button feature and the single audio. So I need both. I do need both. Overall, I think both of these devices are definitely worth the money. No question about it. Do I think the Satechi is worth the extra $10 or 10 or 15? Let's say 10. Let's say it's a $10 difference. Do I think it's worth the $10? Stylistically, yeah. I think to get the sleek, really polished, I mean, if you got a Mac, if you're an Apple person, this is probably where you'd want to go visually. If you just need the 3.0 hub functionality, you need the audio pass-through, most likely you're using AirPods or some sort of mobile headset, this is the way to go. If you are a hardcore gamer, if you maybe have something like the Creative Fatality headset, or a headset like that where you have audio and mic separate, or even if you have a headset and a microphone separately that you want to use with your computer and have this headphone stand as well as the USB hub functionality, the Sharkk is going to be for you. I think the $10 difference is negligible. You're probably going to see them on sale, you know, fluctuating between there. And I think definitely easy, no contest buy of either one. I would put them on equal ground, but for different reasons. The all aluminum versus aluminum and plastic thing, really not a huge deal for me. Definitely not a deal breaker. If they were the same price, yeah, it'd be a difficult choice. I'm not going to lie. It'd be an absolutely difficult choice. And I think it would absolutely depend on exactly what headset I was working with. I was working with a USB headset. I would already have it plugged in and it wouldn't matter. So the audio pass-through wouldn't even be something to consider for me. Because I am working with that and I do have the single audio plug headset that I really want next to my computer, you know, I would say for me personally, the Satechi is going to be the winner between the two. But I would say either one, check out, you know, think about what you need. Buy either one or buy both if you've got multiple computers and multiple headsets. But that's all I've got. If you've watched this far through my rant about copyrights and design differences, I very much appreciate it. Make sure you guys check out our current giveaway again up top. And we've got two more winners from our 500 subscriber giveaway that have not claimed their prizes. So I believe, if memory serves, let's make sure I remember this. Fliptrosity and this name, you have not hit us up yet. Check us out on Twitter. Either direct message us on Twitter or send us a message on Facebook so we can get you your prizes. Our grand prize and second prize winner definitely already got their stuff. And Mr. Torres, appreciate your support. Everybody that's watching, I appreciate your support. Like, subscribe, tell your friends. Tell me what you think about these stands, or if you have any other suggestions, I'd love to hear them. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ish setups that I need stuff for, so let me know what you think I should try down below. As always, I have been Dalibor for T3G. See you next time.